Alright, here we are. Week 2, sheet 3. Make sure you're on the right sheet here. Alright, name each angle in 4 ways. Alright, first of all, we can always name it according to its vertex. Angle J. Of course, if there were other rays coming out of here and other angles, that would be kind of a problem. I wouldn't know which angle I was talking about, so we have to be more specific. We could call it angle KJI. KJI, using that wraparound method. Or we could call it angle IJK, going the other direction. IJK. Or sometimes, like there's a little 4 inside here, I might have angle 1, 2, 3, 4. I call that angle 4. Alright, leave the others up to you. Let's take a look down here. Got to find the measure of angle PMN. This is an angle addition problem, it's called. PMN. So this is what we're trying to find right here. We know that angle LMN is equal to 160 degrees. And we know that angle LMP, that's in here, that is 20 degrees. And we know that if we take the measure of LMP and we add it to the measure of PMN, measure of angle PMN, and remember the little m's mean measure of. Measure of, that symbol means angle, measure of angle PMN. That all that is going to equal the measure of angle LMN. That's the big angle on the outside. Then we'll go ahead and substitute the values we know. This is 20 degrees plus, we still don't know what measure of angle PMN is. We know that when we add it to this 20 degrees, we get 160 degrees over here. So all we had to do is, we got a little equation to solve here. We subtract 20 degrees from both sides, and we end up with measure of angle PMN equals 160 minus 20, which is 140 degrees. All right? I'll leave the rest of these up to you. Let's take a look at what's on the back side. All right. A little bit of distributive property here. Let's see. 8 times, and this is a negative 4 and a negative 5n. That's the best way to think about this. We could think of it as negative 4 minus 5n, and there are times when it's appropriate to think of it that way. But in this case, it's best to think of it as a negative 4 and then a sort of unwritten plus sign in the middle, a negative 5n. 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. 8 times negative 5n is 8 times negative 5 times n. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40 times n, or negative 40n. All right. Next up, let's some equation solving down here. Let's do one of these. Now here, we have negative k plus 10 equals negative 2. Well, one thing is, every time you have a negative sign out front of parentheses, you could always distribute that through. So this would be the same as negative k minus 10. So you can just flip all the signs of everything inside the parentheses, open up the parentheses. That's one thing you could do. Another thing, though, is we can think of this k plus 10 inside the parentheses as a single quantity, a single amount. Whatever k is plus 10, that's what's in those parentheses, that amount. And we're taking the negative of that. Well, if the negative of that amount is negative 2, then the positive of that amount must be a positive 2. Now, this is much simpler. We're just got to subtract 10 from both sides. And we end up with k equals 2 minus 10, which is negative 8. Let's go back and check. Negative, there's our k, it's a negative 8, plus 10 equals negative 2. Negative 8 plus 10 is positive 2, and a negative of a positive 2 is simply a negative 2. All right? And check. We're done. Good job. Okay. Next door here, let's do another one. We've got 3 times the quantity n minus 10. So again, we can think of this n minus 10 as a single amount. 3 times that amount equals 3. Well, if 3 times that amount equals 3, we could just divide both sides by 3, and we get a single one of those amounts, whatever that is, n minus 10, must equal to 1. And then we could just add 10 to both sides, and we end up with n equals 11. Go back and check. We'll have 3, 11 minus 10 is 3. 11 minus 10 is simply 1. And 3 times 1 over here is 3. So check. We did a good job. I'll leave the other two up to you. Good luck.